Hi, let's have a look at the astrology as we go through next week. I'm doing this today on Sunday, the 20th of October 2019, but really it covers Monday the 21st through to next Sunday, the 27th, and to an extent Monday if you're watching in UK as well because of the various time differences. By the way, I looked up our times. The UK doesn't actually have the clocks going back until much later in October, and in USA and Canada, I believe that's actually in November. So we should still be kind of 5 or 8 hours behind and 9 hours ahead in New Zealand. Should be. I find it really quite hard to keep track of these things, don't we all? Anyway, today the moon is in Cancer. She's been there since yesterday, which was Saturday the 19th. And so on Monday the 21st, which as I'm doing this is tomorrow, hopefully I can get this uploaded in plenty of time for it to work out. Venus is trining Neptune tomorrow, Monday the 21st. Now that is a real nice alignment actually. It's a good time to sort of really be relaxed about it and be creative, and it's a good time for romance as well if that's going on in your life at this moment. If it isn't going on in your life in this moment and you would like it to be, well, be careful what you wish for, friends, but tomorrow, Monday the 21st, is a really, really good day for that. Also, half moon, she's 50% full on her way down. She's waning at the moment. Half moon is coming in at 1:39 p.m. UK time tomorrow. So that is really early in the morning Pacific. And let me see, sometime late morning Eastern. I'm sorry, I'm a bit hopeless with things like that. But it's late morning sometime on the east coast of the States and Canada. At the same time that we hit half moon, which is 1:39 p.m. UK, the moon actually goes void, of course, and she's going to enter Leo at 5:28 p.m. in the afternoon, UK time again. All my times are UK, by the way, unless I say something else. During that void, of course, period, it is always best not to kind of commit to anything new, not to actually start any new project. It's a great time for consolidation, but the astrology is very good for kind of getting things consolidated, cleared up and sorted out this week. Because no great shakes on Tuesday the 22nd, but on Wednesday the 23rd, the Sun enters Scorpio. Now that tends to bring about crises, and it has a lot to do with transformation as well. So sometimes some things have to come to a head, things have to reach crisis point before we'll actually, not just because we can't be bothered, but before circumstances line up properly for us to be able to kind of transform things and make positive changes the way we need to make them. It's also, of course, a time of winter coming. I can feel that here, and I'm sure you can feel that there wherever you are, because there's been so much storms going on and stuff. Now, this time on Wednesday the 23rd in particular is going to be a great time for sort of clearing your inner dead leaves, if you know what I mean. Good time to get healing, good time for self-healing, whichever way you heal. But basically, have a clear out. The moon is actually going to be void most of the UK day, actually, so that it's not a great time in UK for starting new things, getting new things flowing. But again, closure, completion, clearing out those inner dead leaves is a great thing to do. And the moon is going to enter Virgo 8:29 p.m. UK time, so that is going to mean 3:29 p.m. on the east side of the States and Canada. And gosh, I really can't remember, but I think it's something like midday, 30 minutes on the west side. Then again, we move on to Friday when the next events start happening in astrology. The moon actually is going to be going void in Virgo at 2 p.m. UK time and entering Libra at 9:19 p.m. So we've got just about the whole of the UK afternoon there is a void, of course, and nothing to be getting too wound up about. But when we get the Libra moon, it's a time of great balance, of course, but it's also sociable. People want to make new acquaintances, and that does mean acquaintances, you don't have to make great new friends, you don't have to fall in love. As a Welsh spiritual teacher I know often says, doesn't mean you've got to go to bed together, okay? So you haven't got to go to bed together, that's the main thing. But you might, from those acquaintances, you might meet very good friends, you might meet people who become lovers, you just never know. But it's really, really good for people coming together. Partnerships will be in focus at that time as well. Also look out for anything around the lower back and kidneys. I don't usually give those out these days, but something made me give that out. So if you have any kind of backache, anything like that, the time to look out for that is actually Friday the 25th. And then we keep on coming forward. And on Sunday the 27th, it's clear out time again, really, because the moon enters Scorpio 8:29 p.m. UK, so 3:29 p.m. East side, and several hours before that on the west side. Oh, I wish I knew these things better. I must try and learn them. But yeah, Scorpio moon comes in. Now, a Scorpio moon tends to make the colours of the world turn black and white. Not literally the colours black and white, but you know what I mean. It's either one thing or another thing. We get a lot of that next Sunday. There's also a new moon in the USA and Canada next Sunday. It's not actually going to hit us in UK until 3:38 a.m. So I'm not going to go too deeply into that. But the new moon is always a great thing, really. It's a lull. Not much is happening. Everything in nature sort of reaches zero in terms of any activity. But if we wait a couple of days after that until the moon just begins to show herself in the sky again, the energy is really good then for launching anything new. So if you're planning something new, sometime, let me guess, sometime next week, maybe the 23rd or so, it might be a good time to do that. We shall have to see. But things really are moving on and things really are positive, guys. So let's just see what else is happening. I do want to mention Mercury retrograde. I will do a separate video about this. But there is quite a long sort of pre-shadow to it, which began on Friday the 11th of October, so we're well into that already. The pre-shadow is when Mercury slows down as we view it from Earth before appearing to go backwards. It's always going forwards, you know, but it looks as if it's going backwards just because of the angle we view it from Earth, and that is associated with all kinds of problems around communication. But it's not really going to be very noticeable until, let me see, Sunday the 27th, that's a week today, when we go into the pre-shadow phase intensified. Mercury retrograde station is on, let me see, Thursday, October the 31st, right at the end of the month. And that is when we get into all the communication weirdness. That goes on until direct station on Wednesday the 20th of November 2019. And the post-shadow is all clear and out of the way by Saturday the 7th of December, the day after my birthday. I'm really looking forward to that. So it's all nice and clear in time for Christmas. And dare I say that word, it's a bit of a swear word in this house, to be honest. But there we go. It comes round every year. Get your tree up sometime soon. And another thing about Mercury retrograde, right, because we are now just 1 week away from the pre-shadow phase becoming intensified, now really is the time to sort out any travel plans, anything to do with communication that you haven't sorted out yet. And that can be your car, it can be buying a new pair of shoes, it can be booking travel tickets, it can be writing letters to people, it can be dropping your pen, and very often with the internet, it can mean communication problems on the internet, dropping connections, dropping signals, that kind of thing. So do be aware of that, my friends. It is coming up. It's not really here yet, but we are beginning to see the pre-shadow actually taking on some more significance as we go forward, and that is definitely going to be a thing next week because it's really all the build up to it. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching. Hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week, and I'll be back again very soon with yet more of this. Thumbs up please if you've enjoyed it. It helps the channel to grow a bit. YouTube certainly never helps the channel to go, but you guys do. So you can get one over on YouTube by thumbing this one up. Subscribe as well, please, if you haven't already. Tap the bell so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment because it is so good to share the journey with you guys. It's always great to hear from you. Meanwhile, have a fantastic week and I'll see you again very soon.